This video addresses a quick website makeover. Hello Wicked Webbers, welcome back to another Wicked Web Wednesdays with me, Chris Davidson, brought to you by Speaker Business Builder. Quick website makeover. Why? Well, it's the middle of 2020, you don't need me to tell you what's going on out there. However, what has been going on has driven an awful lot of content onto the web recently, and I think it might be a good moment to just have a look at your website and make sure that everything is neatly, tidily tied together and easy to use. Do you have a good, orderly structure to your website? Are the headers and the footers the same on each page? Is the navigation easy to find? Is it systematic? Is it well structured? This is particularly important if you brought an awful lot of new content on quickly, and I know a lot of websites have, so everybody is rushed to go online. Just have a look and make sure that your structure is still tied together. Make sure there aren't any 404 errors, any pages that have dropped and disappeared, any navigation that is no longer leading anywhere or going to the wrong place, or navigation that you should be able to get at from one page but you can't get there. You know what I'm talking about. Just spend some time looking at the orderly structure of the site. Text on websites is important. Do you have a nice, easy text hierarchy? Do I know when I come to your site, do I know what the important text is, the subtext, the subheading text below that? Is it clear to me? Is it easy to read? Is it easy for me to say that, oh yeah, this is a subheading on this page, so that same setting is going to be global across the site. I go to another page, and yet I see the subheadings there are exactly the same font, the same size, the same pitch, and all the rest of it. So just make sure that the text is uniform across the site. On Wicked Web Wednesdays, I only use these two fonts. On Wicked Web Wednesday videos, for example, the only two fonts I use. So do you have some structure in place that makes it easy on the eye? Now, in terms of content, because content is really, really important, we all know that about websites. However, content can make sites really quite heavy and difficult to read your way through. So, do you have an easy to use help section? You can take a lot of your heavy content off into a knowledge base somewhere that people who are really dedicated and really want to know the answers can go to the knowledge base and find out, and that will lighten up the main site and make the main site easy to navigate. You might, for example, want to integrate with that knowledge base. This might be a really good time, if you've not already done so, to consider bringing a chat box into the equation. A lot of knowledge base and chat box software is tied together. These systems tend to come into the marketplace together. So if you're going to implement a chat box, if you've not already done so, have a good look at the systems out there and see if you can get one with a knowledge base behind it. There are many of them. And then implement the knowledge base at the same time. That'll lighten up the main site, make it easier and more attractive for people to get through the main site, but still retain the depth of knowledge that you want to have for the community that you are serving. Final point. However it is and wherever it is that users get to your site, make sure it's really slick. Have a slick landing page. Now, let me be clear about that. I don't mean slick in terms of being very salesy. I mean slick in terms of high performance. I want it to really work. It should load really, really quickly, particularly on mobile. We know how important mobile is nowadays, and we know that that is only going to become increasingly so. Now, message, this is particularly for speakers. I know I do know, speakers, how you love having videos in the header of your websites, of you strutting your stuff on stage and all the rest of it. I would please ask you not to do that. You know, video headers, even good video headers like the ones we make at Speaker Business Builder, even those will slow down a website loading. And so I would urge you to go for performance on the landing page. Make it the quickest possible experience for your user, particularly on mobile. So if you must have a video in the header of your websites, and I've got a couple of clients who insist on that, fair enough. However, I only allow them to have their videos on the desktop version of their websites. I simply forbid it on the mobile version. It's no good. Mobile version, you can do everything you need to do on mobile with a really nicely designed photograph image in the background, but get the site to load quickly, okay? That's the important thing. Load speed is really, really important, and load speed on mobile particularly so. So look, these are just some things that I think we ought to be looking at, given that 2020 has happened rather quickly. It's not happened the way that I think any of us expected it to happen, and we are where we are. So I think now is the time just to take stock, check where we are, have a look around, and make sure that everything is as it should be here for the rest of the year. So do we have a nice orderly structure? Check all the links, check your navigation, make sure everything is tied together. Have you got a nice, consistent font system across the whole site on a global basis? Can you lighten up your site, lighten up the experience of your site by taking the heavy content, putting that into some sort of help system, front-ending that knowledge base with a chat bot, for example? And can you make sure that your landing page is the slickest experience for the user? That's it, folks. I look forward to another Wicked Web Wednesdays next week. Cheerio now. Bye.